You may be familiar with a scene where someone is very excited to show you a photograph from years ago. Perhaps it is a photograph of yourself when you were a baby, a glimpse into a self you cannot remember but are forever connected to. Or maybe it is a picture of your son years ago, captured in the fragile, triumphant moment he learned how to ride a bicycle. We have a friend in my office who passed away around 3 or 4 years ago, and we still have photographs of him from when we served on a committee together. Looking at those images does something remarkable. It does more than recall his face. It rebuilds the atmosphere of the room. It brings back the texture of those afternoons, the sound of shared laughter, the weight of a shared purpose. And in that same act of looking back, we inevitably see ourselves reflected in that past. We realize with a gentle shock that just 3 years ago we looked completely different. The way we dress, the style of our glasses, the choices we made about how to present ourselves to the world. Our entire fashion taste has developed and evolved in what feels like no time at all. And here is the most important part. These photographs were not planned. They were not artistic statements. They were random photographs captured in the flow of life, mostly using our phones. They were documents of convenience, and yet that is exactly what makes them so powerful now. That is exactly what I want to remember. It is the uncurated evidence, the incidental proof of life as it was actually lived. Our photographs, I have come to believe, age like fine wine. Their true value is not announced at the moment of creation. It is a latent quality, revealed slowly and passionately by the passing of years. This truth became deeply personal for me when my mother passed away 5 years ago. In the quiet aftermath, I was left with the photographs on my phone and hard drives. And what struck me, what truly mattered, were not the formal portraits or the holiday cards. The most meaningful ones, the ones that felt like a piece of her soul, were the random uncurated photos. These were not pictures I had ever deemed important or artistic in the moment. They were simply photographs taken without thought, because she was there. They were the visual equivalent of a forgotten note in a pocket, and they became priceless. That experience taught me a crucial lesson. We have gotten so used to the ease of photography, to the infinite storage, that we have developed a strange hesitation. We curate in real time, deciding what is worth a photograph as if we can judge a moment's future value in the present tense. But we cannot. The future holds all the context. We should feel more empowered to take as many photographs as we can, to be generous and even reckless with our captures, rather than rationing our clicks based on a present-day sense of perfection. I often think about this when I look at the work of my favorite Japanese photographer, Shin Noguchi. I do not know whether he does it on purpose, but he has a beautiful habit of posting photographs on Instagram that were taken years ago. It is a deliberate practice of revisitation. He is not just sharing an old picture, he is sharing a picture that has been changed by time. It is like releasing an aged wine bit by bit, allowing the present moment to taste a vintage that has matured in the dark. The photograph he took 5 years ago is not the same photograph he posts today. Time has written its own commentary about it. New meaning has settled into its pixels. I'm also deeply moved by his way of photographing his family and his personal life. He turns his lens on the messy reality of a home, on the unscripted dramas of his daughter, on the quiet, ordinary scenes that most of us would overlook. There is no glamour, only a profound honesty. This resonates because It aligns with the idea that a photograph becomes more and more precious as time goes by. The memory it records does not weaken. On the contrary, it grows stronger. It becomes denser. A simple snapshot of a mundane afternoon transforms over a decade into poignant relic. Every casual detail now heavy with significance, charged with an emotion that was invisible on the day it was taken. This understanding has fundamentally altered what I choose to see through my viewfinder. For some time now, I have felt drawn to photographing things that are explicitly tethered to the flow of time. I find myself posing before billboard advertisements. These large public displays are inherently temporary. They are seasonal monuments to commerce and culture. The product being sold, the celebrity endorsing it, the graphic design, the very language of the slogan, they all represent the era with pinpoint accuracy. They are time capsules waiting to be opened by the future. 3 years from now, that smartphone will be obsolete. That film will have been released, reviewed, and forgotten. That political campaign will be a footnote in history. Even the small, seemingly eternal details are in motion. The price of a box of cigarettes advertised on a convenience store sign today will certainly be different from the price 3 years ago or 10 years ago. That number is a tiny patent record of economics, of policy, of social change. When I photograph these things, I am not trying to make great art. I am practicing a form of gentle archaeology. My photograph, often taken without much thought, is suddenly drafted into a larger story. It becomes a witness, a silent, observant witness to the moving era. It is a single point of data in the long narrative of change, holding within its frame the ghost of a present that is perpetually becoming the past. This leads me to a deeper thought. Photography in its most humble form is perhaps the most democratic form of time travel we possess. It requires no special ticket, no advanced technology. It asks only for a moment of attention and the simple act of preservation. Every snapshot we take, whether with a prized camera or a ubiquitous phone, is a message we are sending into the future. It is a note we are writing to the person we will become. We are saying, this is what the light felt like on this particular afternoon. This is what made us smile today. This is what was simply here, existing, before it vanished. We are in effect laying down bottles in the cellar of our collective memory. We are not bottling them for immediate consumption, but for a future self who will understand their vintage in a way we cannot possibly comprehend now. The loss of my mother taught me that the most ordinary bottle, the one you never thought to label, can become the one you cherish most. Its flavor is the specific, irrepressible taste of a lost ordinary day. Therefore, the real creative act might not be confined to the moment we press the shutter. Perhaps the greater part of the art lies in the letting go. It is in the faith to release that image into the current of time. It is in the quiet confidence that years from now we will encounter it again, washed up on the shores of a changed world. We will pick it up, brush off the sand of forgotten days, and find that it has transformed. It has become richer, it has become more thoughtful, it has become a conversation between who we were and who we are. The photograph that began as a casual record ends as a bridge across the years, and in that crossing we discover that the most powerful thing the camera can capture is not an object or a person or a scene, but time itself. And in capturing time, however fleetingly, we learn to see our lives with a little more grace, a little more patience, and a profound sense of wonder. What do you think? Well, I will see you guys in the next video. Au revoir.